Hello, I'm Doug and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And today on Fresh Cheese Review number 3, we are looking at Chevre, or fresh goat cheese. Before we get into it, let me remind you to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't, to leave a comment down below, leave a question, ask away, and subscribe to the channel. And if you click that bell icon, you will get notified when the new reviews come out on Mondays and Thursdays. On to the goat cheese. I remember when my daughter was little, she had an allergy or some intolerance to cow milk, and she had to drink goat milk. And it was expensive, and we bought quarts, and it would usually go bad before she finished it, but that's what she had on her cereal or to drink or whatever. Hot chocolate. And I tasted it once in a while and it was like, that's a little gamey, goaty, animal-y. But it wasn't terrible. It was just a note I was not too pleased with. Then as an adult, goat cheese kept popping up in adult meals at restaurants. And I got a little more used to it. But I think it's a turnoff to a lot of people who don't like that goat note if it's strong. But what we have here might trigger some of those reactions. So I've got two different kinds of fresh goat cheese from the same maker, La Bonne Vie or Bonne Vie. So this is just the plain goat cheese over here. This one is wrapped in blueberries. It's rolled in blueberries before it's packaged up. And these are probably something made in the last month or so and sitting around in a grocery store, on a truck for a week and in the dairy case for 3 or 4 weeks before anyone stumbles across it. So this is someone's month-old cheese and someone's month-old blueberries. But this is what's in the store and what I'm going to try. And I also have another brand, Chevre natural cheese. No, goat cheese natural, meaning they haven't put a flavor in it. It's real common to put in thyme or rosemary or herbs or hot spicy stuff. This particular package says it's best before January 30th, 2020. That's about 3 months out. So I was just going to show how easy it is to unwrap this. Lots of these fresh cheeses are kind of clumsy and awkward to get into sometimes. They spill all over the place. They have lots of liquid involved. But this is not too bad for the most part. These have been tempered to room temperature a little bit, so they're a little on the loose side or squishy side. Not very firm. But it's not too hard to get this out and get it onto a plate. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's coming apart. Yes, it's not pretty. Don't look. So I'm going to taste this and put it on crackers, bread, and different things. And let you know what I think. So it smells a little goaty right now. It's got a kind of a moist, crumbly texture. It'll break off in pieces, but it sticks to itself, sticks to plates and silverware and utensils. It's like a real thick cream cheese. It's not quite as gummy. Some of those have an artificial thickener or gummy component to them. This seems to be all cream and milk and some curdling agent like lactic acid or something along those lines. And my bread crust is tough. So it's a rich, thick, dense mouthfeel with a light goaty note. It's really pretty good and fairly neutral. Depending on what it's with, you might not detect the goat in this particular brand or this example. So it's a good creaminess to it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's the La Bonne Vie. I'm going to try the other one, which is Mount Chevre. I think this said it was made in Atlanta. It says the Chevre V. I know, this is Wisconsin. Belmont, Wisconsin. Manufactured by Benton Inc., Belmont, Wisconsin. So that's a good place for cheese to come from. I think the Chevre V is from Atlanta. Should have read the labels, huh? So here this goes on a cracker. It's a wheat-free cracker, so to be gluten-free. So I'll certainly get more crunch and different grain flavors. Creamy. Not much of a goat flavor. No goatiness. And there's a tartness, a lemony thing or a citrus. And it doesn't jump out like lemon. It doesn't quite jump out like citrus, but it's not unpleasant. It's not like it's spoiled or vinegar or those flavors. But the tartness is interesting, and that would complement quite a few foods pretty well. This is on a more buttery type cracker. Wow. Again, the goaty note is very light and barely detectable. So these cheeses don't have to taste goaty or gamey. This one has a little less goat than this one. Maybe a lot less goat. This one's not overly strong. And this one's just barely there. So lots of people wouldn't notice this in some dish or on a more complex hors d'oeuvre. Little piece of toast. Good contrast with the texture of the crunchy toast. And the fat is contrasting with the crumbly graininess of the bread. Very nice. So sitting around some party talking to people, this thing could disappear pretty fast. If it had some flavoring worked into it, it might disappear faster. So that was just very good. And now I'll move on to the blueberry one. So I've cut a nice piece. It's been rolled in blueberries. I'll go ahead and put it on toast again. Whoa. It's falling off. So a good sized slug. The purple color has, or bluish color has worked its way through almost to the center. And then I smeared it around. Pardon me. So here we go on the blueberry version. It's not a strong blueberry flavor. So I think by weight, the cheese outweighs the blueberries quite a bit. But the blueberry is certainly a good note. It's not overly sweet, it's just fruity. And that tartness that I detected here is in this cheese. And it's a nice contrast with the bread and the blueberries. The way some foods pair blueberries and lemon together is kind of like this, with the tartness of the cheese versus the blueberry notes. It's a pretty good combination. You would not think super fruity or blueberry is the main thing. It's just a note that's in there. So let's try another bite on some tough, crusty French baguette. So that's good. That's nice. So the cheese has the main notes: creamy, fat, good mouthfeel, and a little bit of that tartness, and hardly any goat to be noticed anywhere. So I would say this is compromised quite a bit by the quality of the blueberries after being stuck inside a cheese package for a month, or however long it takes for it to get here. Clearly has a several month shelf life before it's opened. So what I want to try is to bring my own fruits or my own sweetness, my own jam, and this is a Scottish blackcurrant preserve, which I find delicious on lots of things. And I will put it on a flatbread and then the bread again. So I want to take, I put this on 2 different knives now. I was trying to keep them separate and clean. So I will take the preferred cheese here, which is the Mount Chevre. And then put a spoonful of the blackcurrant preserves. And see if that's a superior taste experience. Wow. Wow. The cheese has a great fat mouthfeel, creamy and rich. And the blackcurrant jam is just sweet and tart at the same time. Eye-opening. Wow. Okay, let me try that again. This cheese is lighter now that it's got to room temperature. It's easier to cut through. It's less dense. So I really like that. So let's see if I can, and they shouldn't break into 5 pieces like the flatbread did. I sure like currants. Great combination. It's well balanced. The fat, rich mouthfeel of the cheese is balanced just about right by the tartness and sweetness and fruitiness of the blackcurrant jam. And the bread's fairly neutral taste-wise, but the texture is different than either of those 2 things on top. So it's just a very good balance. Okay, so I guess I'll have to eat this mess in the next few days, but don't worry about that part. Let me remind you again to like, comment, question, subscribe, click the bell, get notified, and stay tuned for the next fresh cheese video. And if you want to learn more about fresh cheeses or have a good introduction to cheeses, look up this book, The Cheese Book by Liz Thorpe. She explains her gateway system, which helped me understand it so much better. So there will be a description down below and a couple links to some of her videos. So watch for that next one, and that's all for now.